Fall down 7 times, but get up 8. That is success. And that's what your practice is. It's never perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nobody is ever perfect. But just keep at it. Keep trying. Bring zeal to your practice today. Have an eager desire, an enthusiastic diligence to make you a better you. Who doesn't want that? If you're not quite feeling it today, just hang with it. Fake it till you make it. Just do a few of the warm-ups that we're going to do. We'll do that in a few seconds and just see how you feel. Hi, I'm Jan. This is 316 Yoga. This is Piper, that's Bonnie, and that's Dwayne doing the cameras. Most importantly, this is your mobility and flexibility practice. It's your body. Do what's right for your body, as the bottom of our screen says. Very simple. If something hurts, don't do it. Back out of it. Take it to a lesser percentage. This is an hour where you do what you can with what you got, and do what you can. Think about the rest and just move on. It's no big deal. Every day is different in our body, that's for sure. And every day is different in our practices. Check us out every day. Every practice is different. Word to think about today is the word thankful. I am thankful that you are here. But thankful also means a feeling of gratitude. Have gratitude for what you've got. For today's practice, you're going to need some props. Our usual props. I'm going to start with the eye shade, just because that's my favorite part. The eye shade for final shavasana. If you don't have an eye shade, no big deal. Grab a little towel. If you don't have a little towel, no big deal. You can do all of this with nothing at all. But these are just nice little enhancements. These props make the poses more accessible, and in some cases, they make the poses more difficult. Make it work. Just have fun. 2 yoga blocks. You can buy those. They're inexpensive. You've seen them online and at various stores. Have those. Not very expensive, maybe $10 for the pair. Some water, always good to have. A strap or a belt to your robe, whatever. Again, if you don't have any of it, totally fine. No big deal. Let's come to standing. We're going to do our little warm-up. Remember, just do the warm-up just for a few seconds. No big deal. Let's come to standing, and as you're doing this, stress number. Lock it into your head. What's going on? Scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. Give it a number. Assess it. We're going to start today doing something a little different. Spread your feet just a little bit wider than hip width distance. Kind of get your foundation going on here. Start to do some arm circles. Bring your arms on up and bring them on back. Circle your shoulders. They don't have to be huge. Do the circles as big as feels right for you. Just take a moment. Feel what you feel. That's what you got to do. Take a big breath in through your nose. Sighing breath out through your mouth. No stress here. Just feel what you feel and let it feel good. Take your arm circles in the other direction. Do just this one little thing. Breathe. Finish up. Bring your arms down by your sides. Think in your head. Ask yourself, how do you feel? I bet you're feeling better already. And that's the beauty of our yoga. Even a little bit feels wonderful. Let's do the arm circles again. Nice big circles. You've done this before. You know it very well. Let's add in the knees. Bend the knees when the arms come down. Straighten the knees when the arms go up. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Hi, Liz. I am glad that you are back. I hope all is doing well. Hi, Nancy. I am thankful for you. Thanks for being here. Hi, Betty. Hi, Karen. Hi, Rena. Hi, Tim. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Margaret. Hello to Heather. All right, take your arm circles in the other direction. How are the bends in the knees coming? Remember to breathe. Now you felt really good after doing the arm circles, right? Let's come back up to standing, arms down by your sides. Breathe, and how do you feel now? A little more invigorated? I hope so. Take a big breath in, and a big shoulder softening breath out through your mouth. Let's work on the foundation. Hands to your hips. Come up onto the balls of your feet, and then down onto the heels. Keep the heels behind the toes. Lift and lower. Strengthen your ankles. Strengthen your foundation. Find your balance. So important. You could also have a chair nearby to hold on to for balance. It's a great prop. All right, lift high up onto the balls of the feet. And if you fall out, no big deal. Remember, fall out 7 times, come back 8. That's a success. Hold on here. Breathe. When you're ready, come on down to your heels. This time, lift your toes up and give them a wiggle. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Plant your feet nice and solid on the ground. Extended mountain pose, Tadasana. Sweep your arms high up to the sky. Lift through your fingertips. Think of your chest lifting higher to the sky, all while softening in your shoulders. Big breath in. Big breath out. From this extended mountain pose, now bring your hands to prayer center and fold forward. Fold forward, let your arms reach toward the earth, gaze back towards your knees or up toward your belly button. Breathe. Roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Sweep your arms up, extended mountain. Take a baby back bend. Let's do it again. Arms high up to the sky, extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Arms reach toward the earth. Maybe they touch the earth, maybe not. Put a little bend in your knees and see how that feels. On an inhale, roll your spine up one vertebra at a time, stacking up, 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 until you get to standing. Shoulders are over your hips. Arms sweep up, extended mountain. Little baby back bend. Third time's the charm. Let's do it again. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer center. Fold forward. Arms reach toward the earth. Little bend in the knees. Feel what you feel. Arms sweep out to the sides. Vertebrae stack up, one on top of the other. Chin away from the chest last. Come back to your extended mountain. Take your little baby back bend, but this time put your hands at your low back. Squeeze your elbows toward the back of the room. Chest is lifted to the sky. Breathe. Come on back up to standing. Arms go high. Extended mountain arms. Let one arm come down the outside of your thigh. The arm that is lifted, let it cross the midline of your body. Chin away from your chest. Top shoulder back and even with the bottom shoulder. Stretch and reach to the side of the room, letting those fingers of the arm that is on the thigh reach more toward the knee. Breathe. Lateral flexion, sideways movement of your spine. Inhale back up slowly to your extended mountain. This is your starting point. Lengthen up, even out. Soften up. Exhale. Let the other arm come down the outside of the thigh. The arm that's lifted, send it across the midline of the body. Chin away from the chest. Top shoulder back. Oh, stretch it out here. Take it to the degree that feels good for you. No rush, no hurry. Take this gentle side bend. Slowly come on back up to your extended mountain. Both arms lift. Take a big breath in. Big shoulder softening breath out. Give yourself a pat on the back because you've been here a couple minutes already. Bend one elbow. Hug the elbow with the other hand in toward the ear. The hand of the bent elbow arm, pat yourself on the back, right? Why not? Hug the elbow in. Soften in your shoulders. Breathe. Stretch out that tricep. We're going to stretch it out again in a few minutes on the ground in our child's pose with blocks. You'll see. Send your arms back up high to the sky. Bend the other elbow. Hold on to it with the other hand now. Hug the elbow in toward the side of your head. Time for a pat on the back. Again, can't get enough of those, right? Hug it in, let it feel good. Soften in your shoulders. Nice big stretch. When you're done, arms go high, extended mountain arms. Take a big breath in. Big exhale, arms float down by your side. Now let's do that big coat swing. This is fun. Imagine you're a child in a coat that's way too big and the arms are hanging down really far and long. Start to twist and just sway from side to side. As you twist, your hands are hitting your hip and your backside. There's no tension in your shoulders. Arms are loose and long and heavy. And you're looking over one shoulder, then the other. Breathe it out, sigh it out. Make an audible sigh and let it go out your mouth. Think of breathing out all your stressors. Big breath in, big breath out, letting it go. Maybe take the twist a little bit deeper. Nice, controlled, gentle twist. Finish up to stillness back at the midline of your body. How are you feeling so far? Pretty good, right? Pretty invigorated, and that's what we're after. Ragdoll pose is next. Spread your feet so they're about hip-width distance apart. I dream of genie arms, hands to opposite elbow creases. Lengthen up to the crown of your head. Feel the space in your low back. But wait, there's more space coming to your low back. Hinge forward here. Hinge forward, little bend in your knees. Let the crown of your head come toward the earth. Think of your tailbone going up to the sky. Breathe. Remember to breathe. Most important part. You are decompressing your spine. Your heavy head is reaching toward the earth using gravity to help. Spine is decompressing. Low back is decompressing. Tailbone up to the sky. Start to gently sway from side to side. Elbow back toward one knee, then the other elbow back toward its knee. Breathe here. Feel what you feel. Feel the goodness in your low back. This is your yoga. The purpose is to let the yoga make your body feel good. Let it feel good. How does it feel in your low back? Finish up with the arm movements. Bring your arms back to the midline of your body. Gaze back toward your knees or up toward your navel if you can. If you try to bend your body a little bit more. And as you're ready, release your fingertips toward the earth. Bend your knees and come on down to your mat. 2 blocks to the top of your mat at their stable height. All right, just take a second. How do you feel? How do you feel after doing that little bit of stretching? It's awesome. It works wonders. All right, child's pose onto your blocks. If you don't have blocks, no problem. All right, so we're going to bring our knees a little bit wider than hip width distance. Big toes touch. Hips go back towards your heels and reach your arms on your blocks, having your hands rest on the blocks. If you don't have your blocks, that's fine. Blocks make it more of a challenge. If you want to do something a little more relaxing and peaceful, just place your hands onto your mat. You decide. Now, as you can probably imagine, if your hands are on the blocks, you're getting more into the shoulders. Let your chest come toward the earth. Let your forehead come toward the earth. Big breath in, big breath out. Tailbone going to the back of your room. And you know there are lots of variations to this pose. As I mentioned, you could ditch the blocks and have your hands on your mat. You could have your knees together and your arms can be down by your sides. And you could also use a block to bring the ground up to you and place it under your forehead. You make the yoga work for what feels good in your body. I can't stress that enough. Big breath in, big breath out, sigh it out through your mouth. If you'd like, close your lips and breathe in and out of your nose. This will help you focus on your breath. Breathe, that's just the most important part. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. If it hurts, don't do it. Back out of it, peel it back a little bit. If it hurts the shoulders, come off the blocks. If it's just uncomfortable, breathe through it. You never want to have pain. But discomfort, you can breathe through. So this is your child's pose on your blocks. Let's take it to a puppy pose. That sounds like fun. Let's just slide the blocks a little closer to your body and place your forearms on the blocks. Bring your knees a little closer together. Everybody's height and, body structure is different. So just kind of get comfortable here. And bring your chest down toward your mat. But this time you're keeping your tailbone up. Earlier, in that child's pose, we had our tailbone down on our heels, or close to it. Now you've got your tailbone lifted up toward the sky. Adjust your knees, so maybe they're under your hips, and you're bringing your chest down, down, down toward the earth. And again, if you don't like the blocks, you can remove them. So think of how a puppy plays. They put the front of their body down, and they throw their backside up, and they wag their tail. So hold it here. Breathe here. Maybe the forehead reaches toward the earth, or maybe it doesn't quite get there. That's okay. It's all okay as long as it feels good and you don't hurt. From your puppy pose, let's come out of it. Work your way off of your blocks and just scoot one block to the top of your mat and just keep it there. When you're ready, let's come on down to our backs. That sounds good, doesn't it? Pentacle pose. Great pose. It resets everything you got. Legs go long, heels to the edges of your mat. Arms lift up high overhead. Ooh, getting back into those shoulders. Bring your body into the shape of the letter X. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. This is a big resetting posture. Big breath in. And big breath out. I think the best part about pentacle is just getting here. All right, think final shavasana. Heels are at the edges of your mat. Arms, bring them down by your sides. Palms face up or down. You decide. We're just going to work on the neck a little bit. Turn your head from right to left and left to right. So good things going on here. You're stretching your neck, getting a little skull massage at the back of the head. Doesn't that feel nice? And turn your head, maybe rest it to one side a little bit longer, a couple breaths. Maybe work the ear a little closer to the mat. And then slowly bring it back up to center and do the other side. Rest it for about the equal amount of time. Maybe you're going a little quicker, getting that skull massage a little bit more. Let it be. Just move your neck. Finish up here. Bring your head back to the midline of your body. So you're looking up toward the sky. Bring your legs together and that block, just kind of push it aside a little bit. You'll be able to find it with your feet later. Legs are long on your mat. Point your toes to the bottom of the mat. Let's do banana asana. Lift your arms up, up, up overhead. Bring your palms to touch and your thumbs are down on the ground. Palms are touching. Oh, hug your biceps near your ears, kind of like when you gave yourself a pat on the back. Breathe, and then banana asana. All that pose is it's curving your body into the shape of a banana. So work your legs, which are together. Work your toes toward one corner of your mat, both toes going to the same corner of the mat, and let your arms reach toward the same corner at the top of the mat. So you're curving your body like the shape of a banana. Now keep the shoulder down, both shoulders down. Keep both bottom cheeks down as well. Chin away from the chest. This is a lateral flexion of your spine, so you should be feeling it up the curved side. Breathe in your banana asana. Now the direction to which you are curving, I am curving to the right. I'm going to take my right hand and pull on my left wrist. Intensifies the pose a little bit. Soften in your glutes, soften in your shoulders. Flexibility and mobility is what we're going for today. Bring your palms back to touch and let's work everything back to the midline of your body. So you look like a big number one. This is also called stick pose. Toes are pointing to the bottom of the mat. Fingers are reaching to the top of the mat. Banana asana on the other side. Think of your ankles glued together. Work them to the other bottom corner of your mat. Fingers reach long to the top and then curve a little bit and reach the fingers toward the top of the mat. Same corner as the feet are pointing to, but at the top of the mat. Top shoulder, both shoulders stay down. Chin away from the chest. Big stretch on the other side of your body. You feel it from your toes all the way through your fingertips. Remember to keep your bottom cheeks both equally down on the mat. Same with your shoulders. That's the hard part. Keep the shoulders down. So maybe you don't take the curve so intensely, but just let it do its thing. All right, now we're going to pull the wrist, the bottom wrist, if you will. Let it reach for the top wrist and give it a pull. Soften in your jaws, no stress here. Let it feel wonderful. Breathe in your banana asana. I think I'd just like to stay here. But it's time to move on. Bring your feet back to the midline of your body. Bring your arms high up overhead. Remember stick pose. Reach, stretch, you got it. Hands are already in prayer. Let's bend the elbows and bring the hands down toward the chest. If that block, maybe you can find it with your leg. Find it with your feet, your legs. Bring the block back to the bottom of your mat. Place your left leg long and straight on the block. So the, ankle of your left leg is on the block. So it's lifted. Bend your right knee. You know where we're going, fallen tree. Take the right leg with the knee bent and the outside of the ankle, place it on top of the left knee or thigh, a little bit higher on the thigh. And let the outside of the right knee, the bent knee, fall toward the earth. Ooh, feel that in your hips. Hands can be at prayer center, so just like tree pose when you're standing. Or, if you want to bring your arms down by your sides, do that if you like. And if you want, lift your arms up like a big letter Y in the arms. It's all about the hip. Just kind of forget about your hip. Let the outside of the right knee fall open. Breathe. It's your yoga. Do it your way. When you're ready, maybe bring the hands back to prayer center. Let the right knee come up and off of that extended left leg. Left leg scoots the block over to the right side so we can do it all again on the other side. Right leg is long and lifted on that block. Left knee bends. Outside of the left ankle comes on top of the extended right leg. Just let it fall open. Hands where you like. Soften in the shoulders. Arms can be like your final shavasana arms. They can be like your pentacle arms. Do what feels good. Let the left knee be heavy. Big breath in. Big breath out. Let the left knee float on up. Let the left leg go long and meet the right leg down on your mat. Bend both knees. Open up the knees to the side of the room and bring your soles of your feet together to touch in this cobbler-like pose. With your arms, let's bring them to a goddess-like arms, like those goalpost arms. Elbows are bent with the elbows on your mat. Forearms are parallel to each other. Bring in the backs of your hands, maybe down to your mat. Breathe. Big breath in. And big breath out. Soften in your shoulders. Let your shoulders really melt into your mat. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. You're getting more mobile. You're getting more flexible. All of these movements are so good for you. All right, let's bring it back into a pentacle pose. Legs go long, arms go high, capital letter X. Just breathe, reset, let it feel great. Big breath in, big breath out. Bring your legs back together at the midline of your body, a supine twist. Bend your right knee, hands reach down, capture under your right knee. Left toes are drawn up toward your left shin, and so are the right toes. They're drawn up toward your right shin. Shoulders are down on your mat. Hug your right knee in. Feel what you feel in the hip. Using the left hand, guide the right knee across the midline of the body as you roll onto your left hip. Right arm tees out. It helps you keep your right shoulder down. And look toward either the right corner of your room or toward your right fingers. Nice little twist. Finish up. Bring your right hip back down. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Then release the right leg long. Repeat on the other side. Right leg is long, toes drawn toward the shin. Feel the lengthening in your right hip. Imagine somebody pulling your heel closer to the bottom of your mat. Bend your left leg, interlace your fingers, hug underneath your right knee. Draw the right toes toward your right shin. Soften in your shoulders, and you've got strong arms. Hug the left knee in. Maybe you can hug it in a little more. Using the right hand, guide the left knee across the midline of your body. This time you're rolling onto your right hip. Right hand encourages the knee down a little bit. Nice big twist. Tee out your left arm and send your gaze over your left fingertips. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Breathe. Left hip comes back down to the mat. Your gaze goes back up to the sky. Interlace your fingers under the left knee. Hug it in one more time. Left leg goes long to meet the right. Come on up to a seated position. Press on up and find your 2 blocks, or your 1 block. 1 block, that's all we need. Come on to toes pose. For toes pose, it's going to stretch out your feet, stretch out your foundation. Come to standing on your knees. Take your block, take your toes. Tuck your toes towards your shin and put the block behind your heels. Have a seat here. Soften in your shoulders, let your hands rest on your thighs. Massively intense pose. If it is painful, come out of it. If it's just uncomfortable, bear with it. You can do it. Let your toes stretch here. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And remember, if it's painful, hinge forward, come out, don't do it. I'm going to take my mind off of my toes by coming into my hands. So let's do that tennis stretch. Arms extend long, parallel to each other with the forearms up. Reach, palms are facing up toward the sky. Let's start with the left hand. Take your right hand, maybe your eyes are closed. You know how to do this. With your right hand, bend your 4 fingers of the left hand back toward your elbow. Nice big stretch in the left forearm. Hold it there. Then maybe capture the thumb and pull it back. When you're ready, go back and just pull the pinky finger back toward the elbow, and the ring finger, the next finger, and the next, and then pull your thumb back as well. So let's switch to the other arm. Both arms, starting position, parallel arms, palms face up. Bend all 4 fingers of the right hand back, 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 using the left hand to pull them back. Big stretch. Now use the left hand to pull just the right thumb back. Use the left hand to pull the pinky finger and work your way all the way through each individual finger of the right hand. Don't forget the thumb. Pull it back as well. Take your hands, interlace your fingers, and make a sideways number 8 with your hands. Let's enjoy the sounds in your wrists. Let that feel good, flexible there, and let's finish. Arms, tee them out. Give yourself a big hug. One arm over the other, elbows cross, reach your fingers toward your spine. Let your shoulders relax. Nice big hug here. Tee out your arms nice and wide. Exhale, big hug with the opposite arm on top. Reach your fingers towards your spine. Soften in the shoulders. Soften your shoulders. Spread them toward the sides of the room. Nice big tight hug. Finish up. Release your arms. How are your toes doing? Let's come out of toes pose. Remove the block. Come to a neutral tabletop. Lift your feet up. Squeeze and scrunch your toes. Oh my goodness. And let those cramps go away. Circle your ankles in one direction, then the other direction. Tap the tops of your feet out on your mat. Have a seat back on your heels. Tops of your feet are on your mat. Using your 2 blocks if you like. lean on back. You don't have the blocks? No big deal. Blocks, just bring the ground up to you. You can place your hands on your mat. Lean back in to the tops of your feet. Maybe rock a little bit. Do what feels good, but take that counter stretch from your toes pose. Take it as far as feels good. Everybody's different. Do what feels good for you. And as you're ready, let's finish up. Come to a neutral tabletop position. What that means is your shoulders are over your wrists, your knees are under your hips. Push into the earth. Think of expansion from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Let's do cat-cow. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest and tuck your tailbone under. Arch your back up to the sky. Push hard into the earth with not only your hands, but the tops of your feet as well. This is cat. Inhale, cow pose, just the opposite. Crown of the head lifts and tailbone lifts. Do a few cat-cows to your pace of breath. Breathe deeply. Exhale, belly hollows out, cat pose. Inhale, cow pose, tailbone and crown of the head lift. Let's finish up in a neutral tabletop. Right leg extends long. Press the ball of your foot into the mat. Stretch out your calf. Lift the right leg up. Let the right leg cross the midline of your body. Bring the top of your right foot down toward the earth. Press into your mat. Look over your left shoulder. Big stretch on your right side. Right leg, bring it back to the midline and keep it going. Bring it around to about hip height if that feels good. Plant the sole of your foot and then lift your right arm up to the sky. Little twist, look up to your right hand and then finish. Hand comes down, right leg goes back to meet the left. Other side, left leg extends, ball of the foot to the ground. Press into the earth, stretch that left calf out. Breathe deeply. Left leg lifts, crosses the midline, top of the foot down to the earth. Lengthen and push into the earth. Gaze over your right shoulder. Maybe you look back to the foot or the knee, or you even can maybe look back to see your bottom. Breathe. Let the left leg be long and sweep around to the left side of your room, maybe to hip height. Push into the earth with your right arm. Lift your left arm up to the sky and look up to the sky. Exhale, arm comes down. Left knee goes back to meet the right. Take a few cycles of cat-cow. Remember, marry the pose to your breath. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Now it's time to do a plank. All right, gotta sneak that in, right? Maybe grab a drink of water before we go into plank. You decide. Plank, lots of different ways to take it. Just try. Just try. And every day, the more you try, the better you'll get at it. Remember, fall out 7 times, come back 8, you're succeeding. Okay, here's the deal. For your plank, you could come from your neutral tabletop, spread your knees a little bit wider, kind of just wiggle into your hips. Walk your arms a little further forward and hinge your weight forward with your shoulders over your wrists. That's a fine plank. You could drop to your forearms. You could send your knees back a little bit more, shifting the weight forward. Elbows under shoulders. There's a fine plank too. Maybe tuck your toes and press it on up to a dolphin plank. Maybe come to a high plank. For a high plank, you would have your wrists under your shoulders. Legs would go long. Press into the earth. There's your high plank. Lots of variations. Today, I'm going to take a side plank. All right, for a side plank, what you want to do, left elbow under left shoulder. Forearm parallel to the top of your mat. You can be down on your bottom knee if you want and lift your top leg and hold it here. You could add in the arm as well. what I'm going to do is I'm going to send my legs long, stacking my elbows, and take a side plank this way. So get into the variation of plank that you like. We're going to start a timer, and if you do it as long as you like, you can back out of it anytime you want. Let's begin the timer now. Let's come on up, press on up to your variation of your plank. Breathe. All right, 5 seconds in a side plank. You could have your arm, the non-foundational arm, lifted to the sky. Hips, nice and lifted. You could use that one arm as a foundation, a little bit of a kickstand. Hold here. We are 20 seconds in. You got it. Hips stay lifted. Breathe. Breathe through it. Your bones are strong. You align them to have good solid structure. Top shoulder, bottom shoulder are in alignment. We're over halfway there. You guys got it. Maybe lift the arm up. Breathe, whichever variation you're in. It's good. It's great. Take breaks when you need them. A downward facing dog is a great way to take a break. We've got 10 seconds to go. You could come to your knees. Totally fine. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Come on down. There's a side plank on that side. I did it 1 minute. Got to do it on the other side too. All right. So maybe you want to go for a 2-minute plank if you were in one of those singular-like poses. If you're in the side plank, let's do it on this side as well. Or maybe it's time to go take a 1-minute bathroom break. That's fine too. Get in alignment. Let's go. 1-minute timer starts now. Press on up. Whew. Take every second I can get. All right. Alignment is so important. You know what feels right. You want to be equal. You want to feel like your weight is equally distributed. All right, 10 seconds in, we got it. Oh wait, we're 15 seconds in. Hey, time flies when you're having fun, right? Keep the hips lifted. Whew. I said it earlier, I think it's really nice. Just a little phrase, enthusiastic diligence. Stick with it, we're over halfway there. Stick with it, just be happy about it. Make yourself better, right? 40 seconds in, y'all. 20 seconds to go. We can do it. Be thankful for what you got. Take breaks when you need. It's all right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Give it your best. 3, 2, 1. Done. Come on down. How did you do? Oh my goodness. You did 2 minutes of planking or something like that. Whatever you did, it's success. Be happy with what you got. Come on down to your back. Whew, recline all the way. Maybe you take a pentacle and say, I'm done. Or maybe you do your Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. Let's do that. Bend your knees, soles of the feet touch, knees open wide, bend your elbows, fingers lightly to your temples. Exhale. Breathe, let it go. Maybe breathe in and out of your mouth. Let some of the heat go. As you're ready to take an inhale, peel your shoulders up, chin lifts to the sky, elbows and knees open wide, and then come on down. Little lifts, little lowers. You got it. Breathe. It's not hard. You are getting stronger each time you do this. You do hard things in your life. You can do this because this is good for you. This makes you feel better. I'll tell you what's hard, selling a house. But it's all good, isn't it? Lift and lower your Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups. You got it. Breathe. Come on down, all the way down. Time for bicycle pose. Bend your knees. Knees meet at the midline of your body. Lots of ways to take this. So you decide what you want to do. You can have your knees bent, soles of the feet on the ground. You can put your fingers back to your temples, peel your shoulders on up, and work opposite knee or opposite elbow toward opposite knee. There you go. That's fine. Another one thing you could do is keep your shoulders down. Lift your knees up. Knees over your hips, toes towards your shins. Ride a recumbent bike. I never quite get those. If you ride one and you know, tell me what's the magic of a recumbent bike. I know it's good for your back, but enjoy. Pedal through here in your recumbent bike. Another variation, peel your shoulders on up, hands back to your temples, elbows to opposite knees, and ride your non-recumbent bike. There you go. Breathe. Maybe straighten your legs and scissor kick them. All variations of your bicycle pose. Friday, we'll do some variations of bicycle thanks to Pilates. All right, finish up. Legs go long, arms overhead. Remember stick pose? Do that one now. Point your toes to the bottom of the mat. Fingers reach to the top. Stretch it out. You got it. Bring your arms down by your sides. Press on up. Maybe find your strap or no strap at all. Today, we'll use the strap for boat. You don't have to. If you don't want to, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. But take care of yourself. That's important. All right, hold on to the strap. Center of the strap under the soles of your feet. No rounded shoulders. Straighten up. Lengthen up. Nice straight back. Gaze is forward. Think of horseback riding. Pull on those reins. Lift your heels up and recline a little bit as if you're in a recliner or a beach chair. That sounds good, doesn't it? Pull the toes towards your shins, elbows hugged in, breathe, lengthen up, you got it. There's your boat pose, breathe, hold it, find your stability, find your strength. And tomorrow, when we do boat pose, we do it without the strap. So maybe drop the strap now. Drop it and see, how does that feel? Hold it here, you've got it. Maybe reach for your toes or up toward the sky or hands to prayer center. Bend your knees. Let's come on to standing. That's your boat pose. Bend your knees, crisscross at the legs, and come on up to a standing position. In your standing position, have a block nearby. We're going to use it for today's tree pose. All right, now you're standing. Bring the block underneath your right foot if you would like to take this variation of tree. Don't want to use the block? Keep your feet solidly on the ground. I'm going to stand with my right leg on the block. Maybe hands to hips or to a chair. The other leg, the left leg, maybe you kickstand it, driving the outside of the left knee toward the outside back of your room. Maybe you hold it here. Maybe you slip the left leg up a little bit higher into the inside of the right leg. Only place you don't want to put it is on the knee, because the knees aren't meant to bend sideways. So place it wherever you're comfortable. When I go on the block, I like to place it lower, if I can even get it there. Hands to prayer center, gaze forward. Just build your confidence here. It's a little bit more of a mental challenge. Maybe grow your branches. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Sway your branches, either intentionally or unintentionally. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the left knee to the front of the room. Come off of the block and put it under the other foot. Find your balance here. One of the beautiful things about yoga is you really got to concentrate and focus in the moment. Bring the right foot up to wherever you're comfortable. Hands to prayer center. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Grow your branches if you like. Focus in this moment. Breathe. Hands back to prayer center. Guide the right knee to the front of the room. Both feet now come down onto your mat. Just a little bit of a challenge in the head and in the body. Let's do YMCA. Not YMCA. That's a fun song. Let's do You Will Look Taller. Similar. Think of the letters. First letters of each of those words. You will look taller. Bring your body into the shape of a letter Y. Legs are together. Arms lift. Open up your arms like the letter Y for the word you. Press the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Lengthen up here. You. Now pulse the backs of your hands to the back of the room. Feel the openness in your chest. Now with your hands, bring your hands, bend your elbows, bringing the elbows toward the earth, backs of the hands to the back of the wall, to the back of your room. Little pulses down, down, down. Your arms are in the shape of the letter W for like the word will. When you're ready, forearms parallel to the earth, elbows hugged in. 2 L's, forward and back for the word look. Squeeze those elbows tighter. Maybe little pulses of the elbows in, in. Now tee out your arms, 1 big T. Pulse the hands to the back of the room for the word taller. you will look taller. Let's do it again. Big letter Y, pulse a little bit to the back. Big letter W, pulse a little bit down. Big letters L, pulse a little bit in. Big letter T, pulse a little bit back. Arms come down by your sides. Close your eyes. Feel your good posture. Crown of the head up toward the ceiling. Shoulders down and relaxed. You got it going on. Good posture. You will look taller. You will feel taller. Feels pretty good, doesn't it? All right. Extended mountain arms. Lift your arms high up to the sky. Take a baby back bend here. Exhale, hands through prayer center. Fold forward. As you fold forward, fingers toward the earth, a little bend in your knees might feel good. Inhale, arms sweep up to the sides, extended mountain. Exhale, baby back bend. Arms back up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. One more time. Arms sweep out as you come on up to your extended mountain. Fingers toward the back of the room, hips forward, baby back bend. Arms back up to extended mountain. Exhale, hands through prayer center, fold forward. Breathe, let it go. Roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. That's taking it nice and slowly. Chin stays tucked to your chest until you get fully standing up, shoulders over hips, chin away from the chest. Take a big breath in. Shoulder softening, breath out. When you're ready, arms parallel to each other, reach forward. Take your right arm, bend the right elbow, and hug that left arm across your chest. Hug it in. Nice big stretch in the shoulder here. So kind of like a hug, but nice big shoulder stretch. Parallel arms again, reach out. Do the other arm. Same thing. Hug it in. Hug it in with either your hand or your elbow. Nice, tight hug. Find that block again. Release your hands. Find the block. Place it on your mat. Calf stretch again because it feels so wonderful. Place the ball of your foot onto your block. Bring your heel on down toward the earth. Maybe it's just the toes or half the ball of the foot. Wherever you feel that good burning sensation in the calf, rest there. Maybe your shoulders are hinged a little forward. Maybe bring them on up higher. Maybe hands on your hips as you kind of cop a nice little attitude here. Hold on, breathe. Nice calf stretch. Let's do the other side. Plant that foot. Ball of the other foot comes to the edge of your block. Heel comes down as best you can. Shoulders come over the hips as best you can. We're all a work in progress, right? Breathe. Let's finish up. Remove the blocks. Hinge forward. Walk your hands forward to a downward facing dog position. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Fingers spread wide. Feet are hip width distance apart. Heels slightly lifted. Bottom, think of your bottom, think of your tailbone going up, up, up to the sky. Think of your head as nice and loose. Let it go, shake your head. Look back to your feet, your knees, or your navel. Pedal it out here. Pedal it out, stretch it out. Feels good after that other calf stretch. One heel closer to the earth than the other. Push hard into your hands. And then finish. Bend your knees, hover forward like in a little bear plank. Weight is into your hands and the balls of your feet. Knees are lifted slightly off of your mat. Hold here. As if we haven't done enough planks today, right? Let's come on down to your knees. Let's do a lunge. Find your two blocks. Come to standing on your knees. Right foot forward. Press into your hands. Left leg goes along onto your mat. Shoulders come up over your hips. Right knee is over your right ankle. Arms, lift them up, parallel to the sky. Sweep your right arm down and back toward the back of the room and your left arm forward. Take a twist here, right shoulder going toward the back of the room, left shoulder toward the front. Sweep both arms back to meet, parallel to each other. Lift them up to the sky. Same thing, other side. Left arm reaches to the back of the room, right arm to the front, and you twist to the left. Left arm sweeps up to meet the right. Arms go up, little baby back bend. Hands to prayer center. Switch out your knees. Right knee meets left. Left knee comes forward. Left knee over left ankle. Press into your blocks. Right leg goes long on your mat. Hold it here. Maybe stay right here. Maybe shoulders come up over your hips. Hands to prayer center if you like, and you can stay right here. Maybe arms go up, baby back bend. Arms go back up to the sky. Right arm sweeps to the back. Left arm goes forward. You look to the right. Hold here. You got it. Right arm sweeps to meet the left. Arms go up. Oh, put in a little baby back bend. Hands back up to the sky. Left arm sweeps to the back. Right arm to the front. Twist to the left. Breathe. Left arm sweeps to meet the right. Both arms go up. Baby back bend. Arms go back up to the sky. Hands to prayer center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. You got it. Hello, Connell. I'm glad you like the new studio. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Lynn. I'm glad that you are here. All right, come on down to your belly real quick. From your belly, let's place our hands under our collarbones. Legs are long. Press the tops of your feet into your mat. Elbows hugged in by your sides. Whew. Breathe. Inhale, let your chest lift up. Come up into your pinky fingers. Or not your pinky fingers, all your fingertips. Breathe, gaze down your nose. Plant your hands, press on up. Seal pose, arms are straight. Relax in the glutes. That's kind of tough. Big breath in. Big breath out. Come on up, standing on your knees. A little gentle camel. Knees over hips. Hips under shoulders. Hands to your low back. Elbows squeeze toward your spine. Look up overhead. Push your hips forward. You don't have to go very far. Let it feel good. Let it feel right. Even let it feel good in the front of your neck. Big breath in. Big breath out. Shoulders over hips. Come on down to seated. Legs go long on your mat. Toes up toward the sky. Arms lift. Exhale, reach forward. She knows we're almost done. Reach forward. Maybe reach for your toes. Today, maybe you reach for your ankles. Maybe you're just dreaming about it. It's all good. All good things begin with dreams. Maybe you reach for your toes. Squeeze and scrunch your toes. Let it feel good. Your gaze, keep it forward as you feel the decompression in your low back. Bring your gaze now to your knees. Maybe hands by your thighs, by your calves. Breathe, lengthen, forehead toward your knees. Come on up, shoulders over your hips. You're doing great. Let's come on down to happy baby and then final shavasana. Grab your towel and bring it on up by your shoulders. Maybe your eye shade too. Come on down. Happy baby. Bend both knees. Left hand under left knee, right hand under right knee. Just rock a little bit here. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do anything else. Maybe this feels really good on your low back. Maybe you take your hands and reach for your inner calves. Maybe you take your hands and reach for your inner heels. And then send one leg high to the sky, then the other one high to the sky. Rebend the knees. Whew. Breathe. However you are is just right for where you need to be today. Just keep working at it. We all got to keep working at ourselves. We all got to keep improving, right? All right, let's finish up. Heels go high to the sky. Draw your toes towards your shins. Now you can hold on to the feet and then open up your feet towards the sides of the room. So think of spreading your legs into like a big letter V shape, right? Breathe. Feel the stretch in those adductor muscles. Soften in the shoulders. You got it. Finish. Release your hands. Knees meet back at the midline. Bend your knees, feet come on down. Let's come into a final pentacle pose, and then we'll go to final shavasana. Heels at the edges of your mat or a little wider. Arms high overhead, big capital letter X shape for excellent. How's that? Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Your practice was excellent. You are excellent. You made it that way. Let's come into final shavasana. Bring your feet in a little more comfortably, where they feel good. Wiggle your hips and just relax from the navel on down. Arms come down by your sides. Maybe you cover your eyes with your eye shade or your towel. Arms down by your sides, shoulders relaxed. Wiggle your shoulders closer to the spine. Get comfortable here and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in And a deep breath out. Feel the chest expand as you take your big inhales. Expansion means growth. Big breath in. And big breath out. Enthusiastic diligence. You stuck with your practice. It pays off. Breathe deeply. Find inner peace and silence. We'll be here for about a minute or so. Only your breath, no thoughts. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Soften your glutes, soften your shoulders, soften your breath. Deep breath in and deep, slow breath out. Stay here longer if you like. If it's time for you to conclude this hour, start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move the motion up into the hands and the feet, then the wrists and the ankles. Circle them out, move to whatever feels good. On an inhale, reach high up overhead and take a big good morning stretch. Reach your fingers long, long, long to the top of the mat and point your toes to the bottom. Big stretch. As you exhale, soften and roll onto one hip or the other. Use the low arms bicep as a pillow for your head. Soften in the top shoulder, knees are bent, fetal position. Deep breath in and deep breath out. As you're ready, slowly press on up to a comfortable seated position. You can use your hands or no hands at all. Come on up and get comfortable. What does that mean? Legs long, legs crossed, whatever feels good. Hands to prayer center, close your eyes, lengthen up. Shoulders over your hips. Neck is long, chin slightly tucked, ears slightly to the back of the room. Hands are at prayer center, lengthen up through the crown of your head. Deep breath in, deep shoulder softening, breath out. Just enjoy this moment. Do it again, take a breath on your own. Gently, softly blink your eyes open. Ta-da, you did it. You may have fallen down 7 times, but you stood up 8. That is success. You know, don't measure the success of your yoga practice by can you do every pose? Can you take it to 110%? Measure success by just showing up and being here on your mat. If you stayed in pentacle pose the whole time, your head's better off for it. Your body is more aligned, using gravity to lie in that wonderful resetting position. Whatever you do, just show up. Just do, just try. It's all good. Stress number, what was it? More importantly, what is it now? Remember that. By coming back to your yoga, you can lower it every single day. So be thankful for what you got and focus on what you have. Don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on the good. Focus on what is true, what is pure, what is noble, what is lovely, what is admirable, because where your focus is, that's what you will become. See you on your mats tomorrow. Love you guys. Bye, bye, bye. Bye. Tell your friends about us. Have them join us. Facebook, YouTube, we're everywhere. Love you guys. Bye. Hey, you were pretty good today. Hi, Bonnie. You were you were a good girl. Good girl. Bye, guys. Oh, that's the buzzword this week. Be thankful for what you have. I am thankful that you are here doing your yoga with me, allowing me to do yoga with you. So many things to be thankful about. Focus on the positive. Focus on thanks. All right, our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. You know that. Don't stop during the holidays. Keep at it. You need it. You need it. It helps alleviate the stress and just helps keep you in the game, keep you in the present moment. Tell your friends about our yoga. They can join in too. All they got to do is go on Facebook or on YouTube. It's free for anybody and everybody. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can go to our website. It's www.316yoga.com. Thanks for being here. I'm thankful for yoga, and I'm thankful for you. See you on your mat tomorrow.